Obama's 2012 campaign manager, Jim Messina, attacked Bernie Sanders on MSNBC, calling him the worst candidate. Now, before I completely take apart his argument, let me show you this clip.
And don't underestimate the fact that Bernie, a lot of what he says, the message is basically, you can live your life for free. We'll have free college tuition. We'll have free this. We'll forgive your student debts. It's a powerful message.
It is, but in the general election, it's a message that I think is going to get him killed.
Yeah.
I mean, think he's the worst candidate in a general election for exactly that reason.
You think Bernie's the worst candidate?
Oh, I don't think there's a question about it. I think it's very clear to me that with these swing voters that I care about, the Trump-Obama voters in the Midwestern states, Bernie Sanders is not the candidate we need to beat Donald Trump in November.
All right. Let's first attack his last argument there, which is just a complete lie. That Bernie Sanders does not appeal to those, those Trump to Obama voters, the people that, or those Obama to Trump voters, the people that voted for Obama twice, then voted for Donald Trump in 2016. Bernie Sanders doesn't possibly appeal to those people, except that he does. Bernie outraises Biden in Obama to Trump swing counties, and it's not even close. So let me go down to some of the details here. Actually, I haven't read this article in a month or so let me find it exactly where the details are here. So according to an analysis of Federal Election Commission data on the Democratic online giving portal ActBlue, 12,040 donations from those Obama to Trump counties made 19,885 donations to Biden during the first 6 months of 2019. By contrast, Elizabeth Warren had 13,674 donors make 26,298 donations from those counties, and South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg had 14,294 donors make 23,320 donations. Let's go to Bernie support there. So we're looking at Biden, 12,000 donors, 19,000 donations. Bernie Sanders, 33,000. 33,000 donors compared to 12,000 donors, making up 81,000 donations compared to Biden's 19,000. And of course, he also trumps Warren, 13, 26, Buttigieg, 14, 23, Bernie, 33,000, 81,000. So Bernie has this appeal to these disaffected Obama to Trump voters because Bernie actually speaks to issues that people care about. The people that voted for Obama in 2008, most people that voted for Obama in 2008 voted for him because of his message. He ran a very progressive campaign. Politics were going to be different under Barack Obama. And then it turned out he wasn't. I mean, yes, he was clearly better than a lot of other potential candidates, better than Hillary Clinton would have been, I think, in 2008. But because he had a lot of, big donors, ran his campaign, Obama did, with, Wall Street, it ended up that Wall Street picked most of his cabinet, and that became the administration. So it just became politics as usual under Barack Obama. And voters recognized that. A lot of those voters went to Trump in 2016 because they thought, even if they hated him, and Michael Moore talks about this because he knows these people, even if they hated Trump, and many of them did, they thought, well, he's an outsider. Maybe he can change things. Maybe it'll be different somehow. Maybe it'll be better because it can't be worse. It can be worse. It is worse under Trump, for sure. So those people were fooled. But a lot of those people now can see Bernie Sanders, someone who has a 40-year record of authenticity, of consistency, of fighting for the same thing. That's why they support Bernie. Now, to go to his other arguments, I mean, he just completely ignores that Bernie has the ability to attract, lots of young people, lots of typical non-voters, progressive independents. Bernie has the ability to get people out to vote in a general election that Hillary Clinton could not get in 2016. As I say over and over again, Hillary Clinton, the people that voted for her in 2016 are still going to come out in 2020 and vote against Donald Trump. But the people that you need to win over now to defeat Trump in 2020 are the people that did not come out and vote. Young people, progressive independents, typical working class non-voters. That is the Bernie base. And on top of that, he also has those Obama to Trump voters supporting him. Also, Jim Messina, I think it's worth pointing out, This was the guy who had an anti-gay ad, 2002. Obama's chief, Jim Messina, was behind a gay-baiting political ad in 2002. Quote, "I'll never forget when he showed me that ad," says Senator Max Baucus. And on top of that, Jim Messina doesn't know political strategy for crap. So this is a Financial Times article from 2017. In the past year, Mr. Messina has been a paid consultant to 3 disastrous electoral forays. David Cameron's campaign for the UK to remain in the EU. So Jim Messina was part of the whole Brexit thing. He thought it would be a good idea for Cameron to push for this. And they got destroyed. They got completely sideswiped. I mean, the result was not at all what they expected. This is Jim Messina in the making. This is his strategy, his brilliant strategy. Matteo Renzi's Italian constitutional reform effort, and Theresa May's conservative general election campaign in 2017, where she lost a ton of seats to Corbyn. So his company, the Messina Group, was paid £276,000 by the Remain campaign and a reported €400,000 for its Italian work. It is not clear how much Mr. Messina was paid for his most recent work for the Tories. So, on top of being wrong about this election, Jim Messina has been paid tons of money for being wrong in other countries. So, and the fact that he worked with Theresa May, the conservative leader in the UK. Like, this man is a conservative. Of course he doesn't like Bernie Sanders. Of course he's going to pretend that Bernie can't win. And he may even think that because this guy's an idiot. This guy is the loser behind 3 disastrous electoral forays, as Financial Times points out. So this is basically, don't listen to this man. I think that's obvious. These are the kind of arguments that you're going to continue to see on the mainstream media, on MSNBC, on CNN. Even though at times, as I showed earlier, they're going to have moments of clarity where they're showing Bernie's ability to really have this massive base and be able to win. They're going to also have moments like this where they're going to act like Bernie's not electable, even though all the data shows otherwise.